What's going on, guys? MakerMods here, back at it again with another new video. Today we're taking a look at the XVX MK84 Coral Sea keyboard. Big thanks to XVX for providing this board for review. When I reached out to them on Instagram, they told me they're working on a new site, so stay tuned. But XVX is a group of keyboard lovers who have over 7 years of experience in the industry. They started off with the Womier acrylic series, and their motto is "Let the keyboard express." Interestingly, they have no affiliation with Gamma K, which was also tied to the Womier brand in the past. That being said, the XVX MK84 is definitely a budget-friendly board, coming in for $80 on Amazon. It's a compact 75% wireless keyboard, and it comes with all the typical gamer-focused goodies like 19 different RGB effects and, unfortunately, north-facing LEDs. It's also usable in wireless or wired mode, and it is hot swappable thanks to KL sockets. Mine came with Gateron yellow switches. Let's hear the stock sound test. So the board sounds pretty much how you'd expect a plastic case board with stock Gateron yellows to sound. If this is your first experience with a mechanical keyboard, then you might feel it's a little underwhelming. But for various reasons, whether it's your budget or even just not wanting to dive headfirst into the world of custom mechanical keyboards, which as we all know is pretty expensive, maybe you want to see how far these old bones can run. So let's go through some mods you can do to improve the sound and feel of a keyboard like this budget 75%. The first and probably easiest mod to do, especially with a board like this, is to swap out the switches. Now Gateron yellows are fine once you put some work into lubing and filming them, but because the clear top yellows have never really been my favorite, I figured I'd put some of my newest favorite linears for some serious thock, the FLCMMK Ice Mints. These full pump switches sound great and are factory lubed, so they're ready to go right out of the box. But before we get to the switch swap, one mod you might want to consider is PE foam, which is popularized by Owlab with their Jelly Epoch. If you're confused why PE foam looks like packing material, that's because you are absolutely right. But when you add PE foam in between the switches and PCB, you get a sound signature like tapping on marble, which is very desirable if the $1,000 plus asking price for a Jelly Epoch on Mech Market is any indication. If you're feeling a little adventurous, you can open up the tray mount keyboard to do a few more mods. First, the Tempest Tape Mod, which uses 3M painter's tape to seal off the PCB. The tape acts as a kind of low-pass filter, bringing out the thock in your build. Then it's time for some good old-fashioned sorbethane sheets. The sorbethane fills up the bottom case, which reduces hollowness that's very common in budget builds. You can use other materials like simple packing foam or polyfill. I use sorbethane because it has very high density, and I found that it works really well to get rid of the hollowness in plastic builds. Here's a sound test after all the mods. Overall, I'm really pleased with the sound of the board after the mods, and I think it's a good example that you don't need to spend hundreds of dollars for a satisfying typing experience. One feature that's missing from this board is the ability to change your key map. I'd love for the board to be QMK or VIA compatible, but at this price point and market segment, that's not very common. If you want to pick up your own, you can find them on Amazon. Another thing I wanted to mention was the wireless performance. They do have this really cool receptacle with a magnet for the USB receiver, which I thought was really nice. However, I found that when I was doing some fast typing on MonkeyType, the wireless connectivity wasn't able to keep up, but your results may differ. Well, that's going to be it for me today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like for the YouTube algorithm, and if you didn't, try watching it again with subtitles on. I love you, I'm MakerMods, and I'll catch you in the next video.